Have you ever been the only person in a room who caught something everyone else missed? A tension behind a laugh, a pause carrying too much weight. People call that a gift. But if you live with it, you know the real word: drain. And here's the part nobody talks about. It's not because you think too much. There's an old story about a watchman given eyes that could see through walls. The village loved him at first, then they stopped talking near him. Nobody wants to be seen through. That story captures what people miss about deep thinkers. The problem isn't thinking too much, it's perceiving too much, and being unable to shut it off. So why does a mind built for depth create such heavy sadness? The answer has nothing to do with intelligence. Picture a child where safety was never guaranteed. Affection came as reward and vanished as punishment. Moods shifted without warning. The only way to survive? Reading the room before anyone spoke. That child became an expert at detecting threat in subtle signals. Every silence became a warning. Every smile was scanned for cracks. The skill kept them safe then. But years later, the scanning never stopped. It became a habit, burning through energy silently. And this is where most people misunderstand what's actually happening. Neuroscience calls it an overactive default mode network. In a healthy brain, this system quiets during focused tasks. You cook a meal, and your mind rests. But a conditioned brain keeps running background processes. It replays old conversations while you drive. It builds worst-case scenarios while you lie in bed. And this is where the real damage begins. Your nervous system can't separate imagined threats from real ones. When your mind paints failure vividly, your body releases stress hormones as if it's happening right now. Chest tightens, stomach turns. You wake exhausted from fighting invisible battles. Now, here's what this actually looks like in your day. It shows up in 3 ways. First, emotions get dissected instead of felt. Most people cry and move on. The deep thinker cries, then analyzes why they're crying, splitting into the person hurting and the person watching. Second, everyone else's emotional state gets absorbed. A short text from a friend launches an entire theory about what went wrong. Forgiveness comes instantly because the pain is understood, but boundaries never get set. Third, rest becomes impossible. The moment the body is still, the mind fills the silence. When these patterns run long enough, depression doesn't arrive as a shock, it arrives as slow depletion. One day you wake up and realize you haven't felt light in months. The cruelest part? The clarity. You can name exactly what's wrong. You understand the mechanism perfectly, but understanding doesn't fix it. Knowing why you sink doesn't stop the sinking, but something else can. Here's what helps. You're not cursed. You run a system that was never taught to shut down. Step 1, write the thought down. 1 sentence about what's looping, and 1 small action. If no action exists, write that it doesn't need solving today. Step 2, move your body. Stand up, walk outside, wash a dish, give your nervous system something concrete so it stops scanning for danger. Step 3, label thoughts as predictions, not facts. When your mind says someone is upset, ask, do you have evidence or just a story? Deep thinking is a capacity, not a sentence. You were built to see clearly. But seeing clearly also means recognizing you deserve rest without analysis. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more dives into the psychology behind your quiet struggles.